Hello, welcome to Story Circles. Here's a story called The Bremen Town Musicians. It's a delightful story about what could happen when you set out to seek your future. It's actually one of the happiest stories from the Grimm brothers, who, of course, came out of Germany writing about 200 stories that we still treasure today. And they wrote about 200 years ago. I hope you enjoy this one. There was once a clever donkey whose strength and dependability made him a most valuable animal to his master. After years of carrying sacks of grain from the fields to be milled, the donkey became less and less able to work. He began to suspect an ill wind blowing his way when his master stopped feeding him. So he ran away, setting forth on the road to the vibrant city of Bremen, where he thought he could become a musician. He'd covered only a short distance when he met a hound who was lying at the side of the road, quite out of breath. The donkey stopped. "Hello, why are you gasping like this, big guy?" The hound lifted his head. "I've got so old and weak. I used to be his favorite hunting dog, but now my master wants to get rid of me. I ran away, but now how will I get anything to eat?" "Well," said the donkey, "come along with me. I'm going to Bremen to be a town musician. I'll play the lute and you can beat the drums." "Sounds good to me," replied the hound, and the two continued on together. A short time afterwards, they came across a cat crouching at the side of the road, his ears flattened back against his head. "Why are you so cross, Whiskers?" said the donkey. "Oh," replied the cat, "my neck is at risk. I'm too old to chase after mice. My mistress grabbed me from behind the stove and tried to drown me. So I took off. But now I don't know where to go." "Come with us to Bremen. You're already a great night musician. You can be a town musician there." The cat arose, stretched, and went along with the donkey and the hound, three refugees seeking a better life together. Then they came to a farmyard where a rooster was sitting upon a gatepost, crowing with all his courage. "Hello, Redhead, your cries are piercing enough to raise the dead," exclaimed the donkey. "Tell us what's wrong." "I've done everything right for my mistress, but no matter, she's having guests on Sunday and she wants me in the pot of soup. She'll have my head cut off this evening. So now I am crowing at the top of my lungs while I still can." "Come with us to Bremen," said the donkey. "You have a good strong voice. Together we will make a great band of town musicians." The rooster hopped down from his perch, and the four of them continued on together to Bremen. As dusk approached, they decided to spend the night in the shelter of a large forest tree. The donkey and the hound lay at the base of the trunk, the cat curled up on a low, thick branch, and the rooster flapped his way to the top. Before settling in to sleep, he watched around. In the distance, he saw a shining light, and so he called down to his companions. "There must be a house over that way," he said. "Then that is where we should go," the donkey said. "Accommodations there would be much better than what we have here." "I'd like a bone with a little meat on it," said the hound, longingly. The band of four set forth, anticipation building as the light became brighter and brighter. Soon they stopped in front of a small, secluded house. a perfect robber's den. The donkey tiptoed over to the window and peered in. "Tell us what you see, grey horse," the rooster whispered. "A table set with good things to eat," said the donkey, "and scamps with stolen jewels sitting there and enjoying themselves." "A table set with food, that would suit us very well," purred the cat. Whispering together, they came up with a plan to get the thieves out of the house. Without making a sound, the donkey put his front feet on the window sill. The hound leapt up onto the donkey's back, the cat sprang up to sit on the hound, and the rooster flew up and sat on the cat's back. The donkey gave the signal, a brief harumph. All four creatures began at the very same time to sing at the top of their lungs, braying, barking, meowing, and cock-a-doodling. What an explosive quartet! And then these minstrels crashed through the large window into the room. The petrified robbers thought that they were being attacked by a fearsome devil. In great panic, they ran out the door into the woods. The four companions congratulated themselves and took their places at the dining table. They feasted with delight, eating until not a scrap of food was left. Then, exhausted from the long journey, they put out the candle and went to sleep. The cat lay down near the warm ashes in the kitchen, the hound behind the door, and the donkey on a pile of grass in the yard. The rooster perched himself upon a beam of the roof. It was just past midnight when the band of robbers noticed from afar that the light had gone out in the house. The captain observed, "We ran off without our loot. We shouldn't have let ourselves be chased away so easily." He sent one of them back to investigate the situation. When the man entered the house, all was quiet. He made his way through the darkness into the kitchen and found a box of matches. Thinking that he was seeing the dying light of live coals, he held a match up to the fiery, glowing eyes of the cat. The cat did not appreciate this gesture and jumped at his face, spitting and scratching. Terrified, the man ran toward the door. He stumbled over the hound, who jumped up and bit him in the leg. As he ran past the pile of grass in the yard, the donkey gave him a swift kick with his hind foot. The noise awakened the rooster, who, quite excited by the commotion, bellowed out, "Cock-a-doodle-doo!" When the man reached his friends, he was panting with fear. "There's a mean old witch at the house. See how she scratched my face. And a man was standing at the door with a knife. He stabbed me in the leg. And in the yard a monster hit me with a wooden club. But worst of all, up on the roof, I swear a judge is seated, and he shouted, 'Lock him up and soon!'" The robbers did not dare go back to the house to retrieve their stolen goods. However, the four Bremen musicians liked it so very well there that they never left. If you enjoyed this video, please hit your subscribe button to get more stories for listening and reading.